Welcome everyone, this is Jamesrise, going to bring you, special ladies and gentlemen, a new video today. And today we are going to talk about my life. As you guys can tell from the title, it's college dropout to successful business owner. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got there and my self-drive towards that. Me growing up, in high school, I did well in class. I did well in school. I was just never really a great test taker. So when I took the SATs, standardized testing, I didn't do too well. Probably should have taken earlier instead of high school because they did like stuff I did back in freshman year, some of the questions. So I could have been more refreshed if I took it earlier on. But that's besides the point. So I didn't score too well on that, and unfortunately, but I did well. So college for the thing was, I applied to a few colleges. Unfortunately, I didn't get in, so I decided to apply myself to a community college up in Gainesville, Florida. I think it's Valencia, I think, or I could be wrong. But so I went down that path. But I'm gonna backtrack a bit. Me growing up, I was always a hard worker. As soon as I turned 16, I got a job. I had to get a job because I didn't want to ask my parents for money. I didn't want to be that kid that depended on my parents to get some money in my pocket so I could buy some things. As soon as I really wanted a job when I was 15, but I decided I couldn't, so I got a job at a local grocery store around here called Publix. Not too sure if you guys are familiar with that. It's on the East Coast, South kind of thing. But I got a job at Publix at 16. As soon as I turned 16, I got a job. And that's balancing off school, and I also ran track. So I was bouncing around three things in high school. There was one point I had two jobs, went to high school, was running track. So that was my mentality of always working hard, always getting what I wanted, and determined to not really put my efforts in other people because that's always failed in the past. I understand there's certain kind of help that you do need, but for the most of it, I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to, establish myself, get the money I wanted, and do it myself. I was unable to get help to go to college. So, and if you guys all know, college is very expensive to get books and to buy classes, just enroll and stuff like that. You need money. You needed quite a bit of money. So I didn't have that, and I didn't get help my parents didn't help me to, go to college because, they were helping my sister and pushing her forward, and I was just left out. But but that's besides the point. It just makes this story even better, I believe. So I took a year off school after high school, and I worked two jobs. Busting my ass. Barely had any days off. Probably had one day off a month if I was lucky for the whole summer and the whole year. Because I was busting my ass in two jobs trying to save enough money so I could move out of my parents' house, move out of the city, go to another city in Florida, get my own apartment for the first time at 18, 19. Live with one of my buddies that was also doing it to get out and be the man that I wanted to be at that young of age. So I busted my ass for that year, applied myself to the college up in Gainesville, got a place to stay, got a job up there. But I have to say, it was not as easy as I thought. Having your own, being that young, I'm not going to put that as a crutch, but being that young and not really having a stable job, like a job that really pays you well, and having to pay for rent, and having to pay for food, have to pay for, electricity and stuff like that, internet, was pretty hard. And having a car that broke down every so often, had to put that car, it was my first car. It was a 1973 Dodge Dart. I took that up to Gainesville, and it was probably the worst decision because I blew so much money in that because that was my only, transportation besides a bike. And my car just went kaput on me. I had to put a lot more towards that. And around that time, school was about to start. And also, I lost my bike on the way because people stole it. And that's a whole nother story. So, along with this, I went to my first class of college for the first time. You know, it was you're paying a lot of money for these classes, like prereq classes. Now you're really getting your credits off these classes for real. Just leading up to that, I went to that class. It was my only class because after that, shit just fell through. No ride, stuff like that. I had help from my girlfriend at the time, but she was full time in like UF, and I had to sign. Something in my heart told me this wasn't for me. Things were just not going the way I wanted to. And I knew that some people could say I gave up, but I really never gave up because I knew what I wanted out of life. I knew that I wanted to become my own boss, be the best that what I could be in anything I put my mind to. I wanted to do that. So I had that drive, always had that drive in me to be the best, whatever I could do. So I dropped out because shit just got crazy, and I knew I just needed to back away because things were just not going my way. Unfortunately, life happens sometimes. But I didn't let it defeat me to a pulp and just become nothing, to make nothing out of my life, because that wasn't me. By that time, I was looking to certifications, trying to become a personal trainer, passing a few personal training certifications, and just really trying to make that my foundation. Even though I didn't have a gym to work at or even had a clientele base, I wanted to get that information because that's something I wanted to do for the longest time. Ever since my track coach inspired me and helped push me to a place in running that I never thought possible, I wanted to do that for somebody. I wanted to impact someone's life in the best way, in a healthy way. Because health in our bodies it's something that we only get once. And if I could help impact somebody, help change someone's life in a positive way, in a physical, mental, spiritual way, and helping them work out to become the greatest version of themselves, I want to be a part of that. I'm not saying it happened overnight and to where I am now, because it's years of snowballing and just working hard, not giving up. This is something I never wanted to give up on. Even when I had the naysayers tell me, James, what are you doing? You only have like 1 or 2 clients, 3 clients. What are you doing? That's not going to pay anything. Those people say, do something else. Go back to school, and maybe one day I will. But just go back to school and just get a real job. Get a real job that's going to help you. I didn't want a job that I hated. I didn't want that. I knew if I could get 2 or 3 people to be interested in what I do and the niche of training that I do, I knew I could go places. I knew I could get more people. Get those people, give them the best that I could do each and every time they trained. And I knew that they would start doing word of mouth and exposing myself on these social media platforms. I knew if I started building that and reaching out to people and telling people, hey, come work out. There was a long time where I trained people for no cost. I lost a lot of money, but I knew I had to grow myself. I had to learn. I had to experience that, what it was like to train a group class, how it was like to train people, and to train myself as well, and get the knowledge, get a certification through NASM, and just build my foundation. Because we can't grow off a weak foundation. You can't be where you want to be overnight. That doesn't happen. If that is an overnight success, most of the time that person collapses. They don't remain at their pinnacle for that long because they didn't root themselves to the ground long enough. They didn't soak up that nutrition to become strong and to have a solid foundation. It was a hard road, definitely. to be where I am today. But I knew that I had to keep fighting, keep believing in myself. I might just tear up. Keep believing in myself that I could do this. I had a dream in my mind. I still do, and I tell you guys every day that one day I would like a gym to be half outdoors and half indoors. A gym that is like nothing else out there. There's a few gyms that I know, or far in between, that trains totally outside. I believe that we are most animalistic, and we can make the most progress if we do it outdoors and work out in the elements. Because we are animals after all, right? Let me try to get this color right. And so instead of being inside a box with AC turned up so high that you had to wear actually a hoodie inside and do a ton of cardio just to work up a sweat, was something that I did not want to be a part of. I remember my mom said, "Hey, why don't you just join a local gym and train there?" I would not be happy there. No knock against gyms like that, but that's something I didn't want to be a part of. Something my niche and my drive wasn't gonna be totally happy about. So I decided to train outdoors. And I was lucky enough to my parents have a big piece of land, and they allowed me to train my clients there. And I built monkey bars, I built pull-up bars. If you look back at my videos, you can see that. You can see all that, and the clientele I was able to reap from all that, from that growth of the beginning years, was amazing. And I thank every one of you guys who came out and just supported me and believed in what I did. And if you threw up in a workout, thank you. No, it was just a great feeling to see your hard work pay off. The people's progress pictures, to seeing them change in front of your eyes, seeing them happier, healthier, flexing their muscles, something that they wouldn't have done before, and they are able to be confident in their own skin, and I was able to help them achieve that. That's a true blessing, and that's what work should be about. It shouldn't be about hating your job, waking up and not wanting to go to work. It's been a struggle for me to get to this spot through being kicked out of my parents' lot because I didn't have a house there, so I didn't meet code, and people complained about me. And I was kicked out, and I had to force to train my clients outside my house, right now my rental. And people were still able to come out even more than before. So I know that my body of work is great, and I'm able to help these people, and they believe in me. And I just want to get back to them more and more, and hopefully in a few months, and the next month I will be looking for another place, a bigger area, so I could also train my clients and to get out of this confined area, because my clientele is growing. And to have that possibility to do that is truly amazing. It simply blows my mind that I'm able to do that. But to walk in my shoes, to experience all of that, from a college dropout to a kid that was young and dumb, but he knew that he had a purpose in this life, and he knew he wanted to make an impact on others. First and foremost, want to help stay in the fitness genre, to be in this realm of fitness and health. That's just something I always wanted to do because I loved it so much. It's been a part of my life for many, many, many years now. For over 12 to 15 years, probably. I want to be a part of that. I want to live it, breathe it every single day, because it's what made me happy. So being that kid that just decided to, this is not working out for me, in college, first class, finishing my first class, and then shit just hits the fan. I knew there was a greater role for me, and I knew I just had to work for it even harder. No life is easy. Nothing is given to you on a silver platter. Maybe that happens. But what is it worth if you don't shed tears, bleed, get your hands dirty for something you truly love. Something that can't be touched by anybody else because you did it yourself. When all those naysayers and people are trying to hold you down and to direct you into a different direction and path, and you said, no, I want to do this myself. I believe in this. I truly believe that I could be something great. Be a great trainer. Help people evolve and become the best that they could be. No one can take that away from me. No one. Only I am able to take that away, or to give forward and help others out there. Life wasn't easy for me growing up, so I know I had to always be a fighter and really dig for what I wanted. No one's life is easy. You can't tell what someone's been through just by looking at them. But I want to be that positive influence in life and to others, and to change their lives for the better. I want to be that person. I think it's what I'm destined here to be, and to live the happiest life that I can every single day is what we all should be looking for and strive for, and doing what we love. So when I want to say, the moral of this story, or this, what I'm telling you guys is, when life gets hard and they kick you so far down, it kicks you into the ground, it keeps beating your head, pushing you down, you get back up, it keeps punching you down to the ground. Never quit. Because I guarantee whoever's hitting you is going to get tired. But if you give up, you're going to be forever be in that ground and stuck to a place that you do not like. So get up. Find what you love and go for it. And don't listen to what anyone else says. The people are trying to hold you down. I'm not going to say it's going to be a fun road. It's going to be the easiest path. No, it's going to give you ups and downs, and I know it 100%. But you got to keep fighting. And keep fighting. I guarantee you'll build an audience. I guarantee you that you'll spark an interest in somebody. And that will be your moment to shine. I love you guys. This has been me spewing out a part of my life that I haven't told yet, I don't think. Emotional one. We'll see it up a few times. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for being there. Thank you for watching. And stay rising, stay grinding, and believe in what you do every single day, and try to be the best that you can. If you hate your job, like I always say, try to find something better. We want to get one life, as we know of, so might as well live it the best that we can do and be the happiest that we could be every single day. Till next time, guys, stay rising, stay risen. Love you.